Hello, Taurus, and welcome. Welcome to the roast of Taurus. Oh, yes. You Taurians didn't think that was going to happen, did you? Well, I did it for Aries, and I'm doing a roast for every other zodiac sign. And Taurus, don't think that you're not without your flaws, because you definitely have a few that are worth mentioning, which I will get into in this video. So, this video is part 3 of 3 for Taurus. I am your roast host, Ken Belmont. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to say about Taurus is for Taurus is a very, very materialistic sign. Like they're all about Taurus is all about their possessions, things that they own, things that they possess. You know, any just materialistic things in general. If anybody is going to have a extensive stamp collection, or a coin collection, or whatever the case may be, it's going to be a Taurus. And if a Taurus should decide that they will let you into their very, very exclusive inner circle, and if a Taurus decides that they're going to let you into their home, a Taurus, first thing they'll do when you enter the home of a Taurus, you will be instructed to take your shoes off at the door. And then you probably won't be in the house for very long. And Taurus is the type that will take you on a tour of their house. And they'll show you everything. Well, this is my picture, this is my that, this is my this is my that. That's Taurus energy. Okay, so that keeping that in mind, and that being said, um, there's possessiveness, jealousy and possessiveness. I'm going to put that in the same category. Stubbornness, which everybody knows. I've known many Taurians themselves that have actually admitted to me, yes, I am. Yeah, I'm extremely stubborn, really, really stubborn. So, I mean, at least they don't deny it. I'll give them that. Also, self-righteousness. Yeah, self-righteousness. We'll get into that in a minute. So let's just start off with the jealousy and the possessiveness of Taurus. When it comes to possessiveness and jealousy, other than Gemini, I mean, Gemini is a very jealous sign also. But Taurus, I think Taurus takes the first prize when it comes to jealousy and possessiveness. And if you happen to be the partner of a Taurus, in a way, I feel really, really bad for you because a Taurus, for example, a Taurus female, for example, picture there's a barbecue, there's a party, everybody's having a good time. It's just a social gathering. Taurus female is so insecure in herself that she is going to be watching. She's going to be watching other women just to make sure that they're not making any eye contact with her man. A Taurus female she will stand in front of her man and block him so that he can't make any eye contact with any other women, so that no women can make eye contact with him. Yeah, typical Taurus energy. That's the extent of that jealousy, that possessiveness. And what I said earlier about the stamp collection and the coin collection and their possessions and their things that they own, Taurus, in a way, they almost look at their spouses or their partners. It's almost like they look at them as a possession. I own you. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate. Taurus male, if you happen to be the girlfriend or a wife of a Taurus male, God forbid you happen to walk through that door 1 minute and 35 seconds late, and the Taurus male will be standing on the other side of the door looking at his watch, and he'll be like, "Where'd you go? Where have you been? Why? How come you're late? How come? Well, oh, you went there? Why did you go there? Well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me you were going there? You should have consulted with me first. I own you." You know what I mean? And an example, I have an immediate cousin who is a Taurus male, and he has been with his wife. He's been with this woman for like 20 years or more. Okay, and I'm going to say this just as an example of the extent of the jealousy and the possessiveness of a Taurus. Okay, I've been to family functions, Christmas dinners or whatever, and me and my cousin's wife, we get along socially because I do get along socially with Taurus. They're my most compatible sign. So most of the things I do like about them. So me and her will be talking socially. I'm not into her in that way. She's not into me in that way. It's not the kind of relationship that me and her have. But my cousin, jealous male Taurus, he has actually confronted me and he's actually started like beef with me. And he's like, "Oh, Kenny, oh, don't be saying that. No, okay, okay, Kenny, calm down, calm down." Or he'll say to her, he's like flat out in front of everybody in the family. He has like reamed her out, like given her shit because he thinks that she's being too friendly with me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, we're family. It's not like that. It's not like that at all, right? But that's an example. That's a perfect example right there of the extent of a Taurian's jealousy and possessiveness. Like it's ridiculous and it's absolutely uncalled for. And Taurians, they tend to find, excuse me, they tend to find themselves in tricky situations in the relationship. Their relationships, although Taurus will go through a few partners before they finally find the one. And when they do find the one, they usually do stick with that person for the rest of their lives, but they are possessive and jealous over that person. One sec. So there's that. So I'm not going to touch base anymore on that. I think I pretty much made that clear. The stubbornness, yeah, they're just extremely stubborn. Yeah, I'm not going to go into big detail there. We all know what the word stubborn means. But Taurus, again, takes it to another level to a point where it's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay? And they can just make total asses of themselves in that way. Another thing that I'm going to touch base on with Taurus is their self-righteousness. Taurus tends to have this sort of hoity-toity way about them. They just come across that way, and people tend to look at Taurus and just get pissed off in general, and look at Taurus like who? Like who do you think you are? Really, seriously, like who do you think you are? Like you think you're just so much better and superior than everybody. Taurus is very prim and proper, put together. Female Taurus tends to be a little heavy on the makeup around the eyes. There tends to be a lot of the eyeliner that does this. A lot of dark eyeliner, heavy in the mascara, eyeshadow. So yeah, and a Taurus male will look very prim and proper. He's often going to be the pretty boy. Taurus male will have his hair parted and combed and everything just a certain way. There's not a hair out of place, and he'll be well dressed and well groomed and clean shaven and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they tend to sort of walk around like, oh, I'm so much more beautiful than everybody. You know what I mean? And a Taurus female, interestingly enough, a Taurus female, and this is some shadiness for Taurus right here. A Taurus female will actually surround herself with other women who she doesn't feel these women are as attractive as she is. And the reason that she does that is to make her look prettier, to make her look more beautiful, to make her look more glamorous. You know what I mean? So yeah, Taurus female will surround herself with other women that she just, quite frankly, doesn't feel are as pretty as her. Unfortunate. That's a really shitty trait, by the way. I'm just saying. But yeah. So anyway, there's that self-righteous thing. I've known Taurus parents, and they all tend to have one thing in common. They tend to have this, oh, I'm the perfect wife, I'm the perfect husband, I'm the perfect parent, and my kids are this, and my kids are that, and my kids are so wonderful, and it's all because of me, because I'm just perfect, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so another thing not really liking about Taurus. So moving right along, there's that. We're going to get into some Taurus celebrities. Let's start off with Channing Tatum. Pretty boy, like I was just saying. Ladies, I think ladies and some guys will probably agree. Channing Tatum is a hot piece of ass. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Another Taurus celebrity is Adele. And the reason I'm mentioning Adele is, again, she tends to, when you see interviews with her, she tends to be very heavy with the eyeliner, very heavy with the eyeliner and the mascara, tends to keep her hair a certain way and keep herself put together. Yeah, so there's Adele. Another male celebrity is George Clooney, the ultimate pretty boy of, well, I mean, he's still considered to be handsome, but I think like in the 80s and the early 90s, George Clooney was pretty much considered to be the most gorgeous man in the world. Just like at one point, Channing Tatum was considered to be the most gorgeous man in the world. Yeah, so there's that. Another famous celebrity Taurus is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Clearly, he keeps himself in pretty good shape, keeps himself smooth and shiny, and obviously physically fit. Yeah, to say the very least. Another Taurus celebrity is Megan Fox. Again, that constant, we've seen her sort of change her looks over the years, and that's very typical of a Taurus female. Taurus female will be forever changing her hairstyle and her makeup and just, yeah. So Megan Fox is one. Janet Jackson is another female Taurus. And she looks different from year to year. It doesn't matter. You can look at any picture of Janet Jackson. She never looks the same way twice. And she's also another one that started later in life, as Taurus has a tendency to do. She had a baby at, was it 50 years old or whatever, that's her thing. It's her things, her body, it's her life. That's what she wants to do. No judgment there. If that's what she wants to do, it's what she wants to do. Another Taurus celebrity is Enrique Iglesias. Again, pretty boy with his looks and his hair and his image and all that, you know. And there's a couple of other celebrities I want to mention, and this is where that whole self-righteous thing comes in. First one I want to mention is Bono from the band U2. Bono, and the reason I'm singling out Bono is because I don't like this man. I'm not even really a big fan of U2, but Bono, I've seen him so many times. It's like when he does anything charitable, either as himself or the band themselves, if they do something charitable, oh, Bono's right there. He makes sure that all the cameras are on him. Look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing for the people. And, you know, this is what we're doing for this people. This is what we're doing over here. You know what I mean? And it's like, that self-righteous thing. And I just don't like it. If you're going to do something charitable, then do it, and do it quietly. Don't do it and expect the world to sort of glorify you for that. So yeah, there's that. And the last person I want to talk about is a man. I cannot stand him. I can't stand this man. I can't stand the sight of him. And that's Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld. He is just the cockiest, most arrogant. I can't stand him. Um, and extremely self-righteous. Extremely self-righteous. I remember seeing an interview many years ago when Jay Leno was the host of The Tonight Show. And Jay Leno said, "Here he is, Jerry Seinfeld." And Jerry Seinfeld, literally, I'm not kidding, I'm not even exaggerating. Jerry Seinfeld walks out like this, with his arms up, like, "Here I am, admire me." And then he sat down in the chair and he was like, and he just has this like snarky look on his face all the time. I can't fucking stand him. And another time that I really didn't like Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld was on the Larry King Live when Larry King was doing his show, and Jerry Seinfeld actually started beef with Larry King because Larry King had said something about the TV show Seinfeld, and he said something about, oh, the show was canceled or something to that extent, and Jerry Seinfeld flipped. Jerry Seinfeld looked at Larry King and he said, "Do you know who I am? I'm Jerry Seinfeld. I had the #1 show for 10 years. My show was #1 for this and that. My show was #1 because I contributed everything to it." And Jerry Seinfeld just lost it. And Larry King was like, okay, dude, like, chill. And Larry King just kind of looked at the camera and he said, okay, let's go to a commercial. Yeah, yeah. That cocky, arrogant, self righteous way that Taurus has. People just don't appreciate that shit, Taurus. Come on now, get it together. Okay, that was it. That was this video. Wow, this is a little bit longer than what I had anticipated. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're a Taurus and you're watching this video and you're a little pissed off, then that's good because that means I did something right. Thanks for watching. Take care.